What's up, everybody? How you doing? It's your man, Philosophy with Phil Williams. Man, do I miss you guys? I miss you guys so much. Wow. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Man, I tell you, I only post when, I'm led to share some things. And I'm led today. The Holy Spirit kicked the door in last night, and again, welcome. Hey, I want to say what's up to a lot of you guys. Loretta, how you doing? Shanette Baxter, how you doing? Ernie, oh man, Aubrick, Erica Lamley, how are you guys? Man, Denise Reiner, hello. Nancy McCade, man, I could do this all day. You guys know this. Paul Downs, how you doing, buddy? Man, I miss you guys dearly. Thank you for tuning in today. Ruth Rogers, how you doing, Ruth? God bless you. Ray Bly, what's going on, buddy? Man, guys, welcome back to Philosophy. Lita Whitener. Hey, I'm trying to get back in the saddle, Lita. Let's get it together. Glenn Folk, how you doing? Susan Brumfield, Chris Watkins, Tom Plotner, how you guys doing? Hey, I'd like to also let you guys know I've received a lot of friend requests, and I accepted a lot of friend requests over this time that I haven't been talking with you guys. Thank you guys for asking to join Philosophy. Phil Williams, thank you so much. I might lose a few of you guys today because I noticed I've accepted a lot of friend requests from a lot of Trump supporters. And you guys probably don't know exactly, or maybe you've seen some of my videos or whatever. But, hey, welcome. Welcome. Please share me with your friends. Please share these posts. God bless you. Please share them. But this is what brought me here today. Man, I tell you, like I said, the Holy Spirit kicked the door in last night and said, Phil, you are going to talk about this. Because it's interesting. Very interesting at best. Well, as you know, we've been dealing with a lot of turmoil in our politics. The thing that inspired me, and I'm going to have to give credit where credit's due, and that's Mr. Donald Trump. I've got to give him credit for this one, and I'm going to have to even seem like I'm coming to his defense a little bit. But please don't leave me yet. And Trump supporters, please don't start the clapping yet either. Shannon Joy, how you doing, Shannon? God bless you, sister. Shannon Joy, you guys got to subscribe to Shannon's podcast. Subscribe. I'm telling you, it's worth its weight in gold. But anyway, I'm watching all this stuff happening. There's a bunch of stuff that I've been wanting to kind of say something, but like I said, I wasn't led, but I'm saying something today. I'm watching whenever something goes wrong in this country. And the part that's more disturbing than anything to me is supposedly small government-minded conservatives. Small government. We are totally fundamentally transformed now. Because now everybody thinks government has to have the answer for everything. Yes, the pipe bombs, the guy that killed the people in the churches, please, prayers out to those families, prayers out to all the people that those bombs were directed to. Prayers out to you guys, man. God knows. The gentleman in Kentucky killing people, things of this nature. But the thing that's emerging out of this whole thing is the use of this word rhetoric. Rhetoric. Donald Trump's 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 rhetoric. Man, get off of Donald Trump's rhetoric. Here's why you got to get off of Donald Trump's rhetoric. Because you're proving that you got to have somebody tell you something that they have no ability or desire to tell you. Why? Why are you looking for Donald Trump to tell you something moral? Why are you looking to anybody in the government after what's been happening since 2016? Matter of fact, before 2016, before Barack Obama promised a fundamental transformation of our country, why are you looking at this dysfunctional, lower than 10% government to tell you anything morals and values? You have made government so big in your mindset that you're now looking for the demon incarnated orange to tell you something moral. Why? Why are you putting your confidence in man when they are proving to you that they have no confidence in you? They hoodwink and shinola you and stump speech you and tell you what you want to hear. Get your vote. Go in there, smack you in the face, slap a saddlebag of debt on not only your children and your great-grandchildren's great-grandchildren, and then you look for these people to tell you something moral. And then your little panty-waist politician, the first question they ask him, what do you think about Donald Trump's rhetoric? What do you think of Donald Trump's rhetoric? Man, you guys are giving too much power to this president, to these Congress people. But since you guys are so caught up on rhetoric, it has inspired me to where I must be the president of the United States. I must. I have to be the president. I have to. Why? Because I need you guys to come look for my rhetoric. I need you to hear my rhetoric and maybe it can inspire you. Why? Because my rhetoric wants to bring us together. It truly is. It's we the people, not them the government. My rhetoric is not trying to cheat you. My rhetoric is not trying to stoke gang violence, political retribution. My rhetoric is not trying to do any of that kind of stuff. So I must be the president because you guys are so caught up on rhetoric. I want you to have my rhetoric. I want the rhetoric of the love of Jesus Christ that he has for you. I want that rhetoric to be the prevailing wisdom. While you guys are begging for somebody that's not going to have Jesus as a solution to anything. It's not going to bring us, my Jesus can bring us closer together. My rhetoric about Jesus Christ can have you praying for the Muslims versus you wanting to deport all of them and all those kind of things. My rhetoric wants you to not see black versus white people. My rhetoric wants you to just see sin and how sin uses black and white people to cover up for the fact that we're just sinning like a countryman going north. We're sinning against each other like nobody's business. I want that rhetoric to be the prevailing wisdom. I want you to look to me. I must be the president, people. I must be. Why does Phil Williams have to be the president? Because I want to invite people to the White House so you can hear their rhetoric and see what I support. Since you're so caught up on what Donald Trump supports and all the people he brings to the White House and what they really mean and what their really agenda is, my agenda is to bring us closer together. I want to bring people like my friend Shadid Swanson, better known as Poetic. I want him to come to the White House as a rapper with followers or whatever, with the ability to rap and sing. I want him to come to the White House. And I want to give him 15, 20 minutes straight to spouse off with his rhetoric. Because instead of cussing you out and saying MF in the White House in the Oval Office, Shadid is going to share with you the love of Jesus Christ. He's going to share with you that his musical lyrics has the ability to touch people's souls. So I want that black rapper to come into the White House. Oh, did I say the word black? Sorry. It worked for Donald Trump. Why can't it work for me? I must be the president. I want to bring people like an economic advisor. I want to bring somebody like Lita Whitener into the White House so she can break down budgetary problems and issues. I want Lita to come to the White House and I want her to spouse off with her rhetoric. Guess what her rhetoric is going to say? We can't be straddling our children with all this debt. You cannot be signing these omnibuses. They're not even omnibuses. They're airport carriers. They're aircraft demolition monster ships in the ocean. I want Lita to come in there and spouse that rhetoric. Because I believe her rhetoric might end up with some fiscal responsibility. You know, I must be the president. Why? Because I want a person like, let me see, Shannon Joy. I want Shannon Joy to be my press secretary. I want her to be the conduit to sharing what it is that Phil Williams is thinking. I want the press to ask Shannon Joy and let Shannon Joy spout off with her rhetoric. Because guess where her rhetoric is going to lead? It's going to lead for you to understand why we must have smaller government. Why is Phil an advocate for we the people, not them the government? Why is Phil espousing the rhetoric that he has of unity, even though he moves his hands and his voice gets risen? I want her to explain why they're not screaming lock her up at Phil's rallies. I want him to understand, I want Shannon Joy to share with you and answer your question when you say, is Phil stoking love with his rhetoric? Why is America falling for this? Why is there a group of people out there talking about their love nationalists or something of that foolishness? Why can't that rhetoric be prevailing? I want Shannon Joy to be my press secretary instead of somebody like Sarah Huckabee that's going to lie the Huckabee out of you with her daddy, the pastor, lying through her teeth. See, that's what I want. So I gotta be in the White House. I must have it because you guys want to hear what the president has to say on every single issue. Why are you just so concerned with the president's rhetoric when pipe bombs are being sent to other people, when our children are being blown up 50 times sideways by these gangster rappers? What about that rhetoric that our children are listening to? It has our children around there killing each other, molesting each other, raping each other, drugging each other, stealing from each other, carjacking each other. What about that rhetoric? That rhetoric is more dangerous than the president. They're promoting drugs through the music. See, I must be in the White House because I have that kind of rhetoric too. I understand how our children are being infiltrated through the entertainment business. I understand this, and I'm doing things to counteract it. But if I can get in the White House, then maybe I might even be able to get some more support to be able to save our children from the rhetoric of these destructive entertainers. See, if I just had the bully pulpit, guess what Phil's gonna bully? Anti-bullying. Guess who? I want to have Patricia Baisden, retired Master Sergeant Patricia Baisden. I want her to head the Department of Education or the head of Parks and Rec. Because why? Her rhetoric is going to target this obesity that our children are going through. She's not going to target it like Michelle Obama and start demanding people throw away their lunches and things like this. No, she's going to, with love and care, really do something to really impact the child's overweightness. And she's going to do it with the love and the focus that our children deserve. She's not going to slip in some, you're a pink unicorn and you're a purple rhinoceros. She's not going to do that. She's not going to slip into the Department of Education that I have 2 mommies and 2 daddies. She's not going to do that. Why? Because she's a good, God-fearing Christian woman that was a master sergeant in the Army. So she's going to defend your children, not offend the things that you want your children to learn. See, this is why I must be in the White House. I know some good people. I want Cliff Kelly to be one of my spiritual advisors. Because Cliff Kelly's not going to Paula White you. Cliff Kelly's not going to say that if you go against Phil Williams, God is going to destroy you. The hand of God is going to come down and jap slap you. No racial pun intended. See, I want Cliff Kelly to be the spiritual advisor. I want to invite people like my pastor to come and head some kind of spiritual revolution in the White House. Why? Because my pastor is going to hold me accountable just like he holds me accountable now. My pastor is not going to tell me what I want to hear, and I'm not going to bully him and tell my pastor that I'm smarter than you and I'm better than Jesus and I don't have to ask Jesus for forgiveness. My pastor's not going to hoodwink you, and he's not going to allow me to hoodwink you either. I want people like Loretta Sessions to be the advocate of community outreach and get more people to support conservatism. Because why? Loretta Sessions understands third party. She understands when two things are gone awry and you got to jump ship. She understands these kind of things. And I want her to head that. You see, people, I must be in the White House because I got the kind of rhetoric that can save this country. Why? It's better than rhetoric. It's actually functioning. It's functioning conservatism. It's functioning Christianity. And everything that I just shared is all about accountability. Starting from me first. I will accept responsibility for my rhetoric versus Donald Trump that won't accept responsibility for his. The buck will stop at my desk. And that buck will be also shared in the denomination of making sure that our debt doesn't go through the roof. Making sure that we're not straddling our great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren with some foolishness. I must be the president. It should be Phil Williams 2020. If it's Phil Leader, that's fine too. But guess what? The very reason why I should be the president will be the very reason why I will never be the president. Because it's obvious there's something happening with you guys to where you just do not want to handle this stuff together. It is just something out there that just makes people just so happy to point fingers there, and do the same thing that, again, it's just something about some of you guys where you're looking for a political solution. Don't forget, Bush was the solution for Clinton, and then Obama was the solution for Bush, and then now Trump is the solution for Obama. And now you guys are falling into the trap to say that, guess what? Trump is the solution for Trump, or Elizabeth Warren is the solution for Donald Trump. You're going to put your faith in another man. I want to be the solution for Trump because I want to share with you the solution for this country is the lack of love and civility because you let every single one of these people prior to me never bring Jesus into the dynamic. Why is Jesus out of the dynamic of our schools? And the only solution you have is more armed guards. When somebody that wants to kill somebody needs to know the love of Christ. They need to know how awesome they are. They don't need more security guards. They need more security than the fact that God created them to be awesome. Phil Williams needs to be the solution for Donald Trump because Phil Williams is coming with Jesus as the solution to all of this foolishness. If you can't see, like my pastor says, we're just passing through and we're coming to the end of our journey in this world. If you can't see that with all hell breaking loose on earth, then you don't see that Jesus is trying to say, man, solve your guys' problem before I come and cut your heads off. I'm coming. That's our solution. Donald Trump is not going to share with you the love of Christ. Obama was not going to share with you the love of Christ. George Bush was not going to share with you the love of Christ. Clinton was not going to share with you the love of Christ. Because all of them, the thing that they have in common is got you with the love of government. And you are willing to beat down people that Jesus Christ said you should love for your favorite government solution. Period. I must be the president of the United States. The resources that it takes for me to be the president, I know it's a tough road to hoe. Man, it's hard getting the resources just so I can go out here and save our children from the one that you're waiting on your politician to come save them. It's hard to get support for that. I'm actually doing those things. And I'm not putting you in debt to do them. Come on, people. We are the solution to this thing. We got to understand the two-party system is not working. If we must respect how government functions, we must go into a third party. We have to. And I feel Williams is saying, I will be glad to be your president. I would be honored to be your president. And we as a country will be extremely blessed if you had a president with the mindset of what I'm sharing with you now. Come on, people. We, the people, not them, the government. Shrink government in your conversation. Shrink government as your solution. You will see while you're waiting for your favorite politician to win, supporting evil and wickedness and things of this nature. Our children are still subjected to the rhetoric that's got more murders happening than what happened in that church. There will be 50 murders tonight, people, based on somebody's rhetoric. It will happen tonight. Turn on your local news and watch how many people were murdered based on somebody's rhetoric. And you're going to let the masters of diversion, the media, divert you off of the rhetoric that's really destroying your communities. The very same media, they love Kanye West and all the reality TV shows that's selling non-reality reality to your children that has them coming back being defiant and disrespectful to you. That rhetoric is not your rhetoric. If their rhetoric, matter of fact, your rhetoric might be contributing to your children's demise more than theirs. Why? Because your children are witnessing your rhetoric on this Facebook stuff when you're cussing somebody out because they don't support your local politician. You're giving too much power to this president. You're giving way too much power to this government. When our escaped slaves and my ancestors that escaped slavery and stayed. They escaped slavery and stayed. Why? Because this experiment was real to them. And you're proving every day that this experiment was not real to you. Because you're still experimenting with man being your solution. When your solution is sitting right there with you and your next door neighbor over there and over there. And if you use love and the understanding of Jesus Christ, those 2 or 3 gathered and Jesus is there, will move all the mountains of debt, the mountains of drugs, the mountains of crime, the mountains of hate. That's where it should start, people. And if I am your president, that's where I'm going to make sure the focus stays. And yes, I'll have haters. Jesus had them, I'll have them. But I think I have a dynamic cabinet. And yes, we're going to address real world issues. Because really, this world needs Jesus. Period. Hey, that's what I wanted to come and share today. I hope my rhetoric is inspiring. And of course, I know that some people's going to say, Phil, you're a Trump hater. That's fine. I pray for him. That's more than your pastors would say for Obama. Picking and choosing which scripture and when they're going to use it. The Bible said, pray for our leaders that you may have peace. So that's not even guaranteed. But when you see this jackanate functioning unpeaceful, come on, you can't hang on to his rhetoric. What about the rhetoric of mental health? There's crazy folk out there, people. And if all you do is share love, then guess what? Crazy folks might be crazy in love. Just a thought. Just a thought. Hey, again, I miss you guys dearly. I'm just having massive problems here in the studio. I really could use your guys' support. I really could. It's some big problems. I need mixing boards. I mean, there's just a lot of problems here in the studio, but I'm not here to beg you for that. I'd rather for you to just keep supporting what I'm doing through Lil Jimmy. If you have a couple fews and twos you can do to help get the studio back and keep it cranking, I appreciate it. We're doing some amazing things, even though I love you guys with everything that I have and everything that I don't have. Understand my rhetoric. If you guys are so hell-bent on the President of the United States having the rhetoric that you guys are demanding from him, I'm just letting you know right now, it's not going to happen with that guy. But I would love to be the President of the United States right now. Matter of fact, I must be the president. If that's who you're going to look for your moral guidance. The Bible says, rejoice when the righteous are in authority. Not the just right or left. Period. Ask your local Democrat politician that's trying to tell you to vote blue. What rhetoric are they supporting? See, that rhetoric that Democrats and liberals support is just as dangerous as the New York liberal with the magical R that convinced you that he's a Republican. They're supporting the top gangster rappers. They're doing award shows right now with the top misogynists. That's got rhetoric that's calling women out of their name, making them strip, keeping them butt naked. Those people, that's the ones the Democrats support. While they're pointing to the rhetoric of Donald Trump, which I think they do that on purpose. Ask yourself this one question. Why did they protect Barack Obama from his BlackBerry? Why did the left come out and make sure that Barack Obama can't say something stupid on his BlackBerry? Why did they do that? But then they want to make sure that Donald Trump keeps his. You ever ask that question? See, Democrats support dangerous rhetoric too. While they're telling you the Me Too movement supported by Democrats. While they're still supporting rappers that's dissing and dogging out women. Ever thought about that? What about Black Lives Matter? Black Lives Matter, but Democrats are supporting Black Lives Matter, right? They're from the mean old nasty police officer. While they're supporting the rhetoric of the gangster rapper that's keeping the gangs banging. You ever think about that rhetoric? And you're gonna let these dudes point out the rhetoric of this dude that's really one of them? That tricked your stupid Republican self into believing it? All he's doing, he's never stopped. Donald Trump has never stopped slapping the heck out of Republicans. He's never stopped. Just because your favorite politician had jumped on the bandwagon after he got slapped silly, or she got slapped silly, Donald Trump has never stopped maligning the religious right, the GOP, and the Republicans. That's opening the door for the Democrats to sound all moral and high-mighty. Ask your favorite Democrat, why are you still supporting gangster rap? And rap that's demeaning women and promoting drugs to our children? Why you're asking for me to vote because Donald Trump's rhetoric is stoking white supremacy. If you know anything about white supremacy loves the fact that blacks are killing blacks at 93%. If you know anything about white supremacy, they love what the black community is doing to the black community. So the white supremacy is probably not as far right as you think it is. Something to think about. And that thought is probably why I will never be the president. Because you guys rather have somebody lie to you than try to bring us together. Hey, if you'd like to support what I'm doing, go to liljimmydjpaz.jimdo.com. LILJIMMY.JIMDO.com. Lil Jimmy DJ Paz. LILJIMMY.jimdo.com. It's tax deductible. It's the end of the year. Right off your end of the year with me. Let's go out here and help some folk. Because it's a long way to 2020. If God blesses me to be the president of the United States, then guess what? I'm going to be the best president that I know how to be. And that's use the kind of rhetoric that can bring us together. With the love of Jesus Christ. Hey, I miss you guys dearly. Thank you guys for all your support. Please support some of my projects. And hopefully, Lord willing, I'll be more consistent with you guys. And for all the people that's jumping ship right now, hey, I love you guys anyway. Hey, I'll be a president for all of us, not just some. Hey, God bless you. Thank you.